One of the most exciting new additions to Logic Pro for iPad 2 is Stem Splitter, Apple's AI-powered stem separator that allows users to separate out audio files into 4 distinct parts: drums, bass, vocals, and other instruments. If you've taken the Stem Splitter lesson inside Logic Pro for iPad, you'll have heard how good a job Stem Splitter does separating out Apple's super cleanly recorded demo file. But how does it perform in the real world? I have 3 audio files here of varying genres and quality. In this video, I'll load them up in Logic Pro for iPad, run Stem Splitter on them, and see how good or bad the results are. Back in 2011, I recorded an EP at home using an even then quite decrepit and outdated iBook G4 and a single USB microphone. Actually, this USB microphone, in fact, that I'd sang into and stuck in front of an amplifier. All the drums were chopped up drum loops from GarageBand, and the bass was just an electric guitar that I pitched down an octave. It sounds okay, but definitely more like a demo than a properly mixed and mastered record. I have the audio file for one of the tracks from the EP here, This City on Fire, saved to the Files app. With Logic open, I need to hit the 3 dots at the top, select Split View, and then select the Files app as my second app. Then I can just find the file and drag and drop it straight into Logic Pro.
It's high time you left. You've taken this lighthouse and put all its secrets to bed. I'll see you dead.
Next, if I double tap on my newly imported audio file, I can select Stem Splitter from the menu. It takes a few seconds to run, and then my file is split up into 4 tracks: vocals, drums, bass, and other. The other in this case being guitars. The vocals are quite low in the mix in the full audio file anyway, but Logic has done quite a good job of separating them out here.
In this lighthouse and put all its secrets to bed. I'll see you dead before the day is through. If I don't know what you'll do. Don't try and stop me. I know what I'm doing is right.
It does get a little bit artifacty in the chorus though.
Stop me. I know what I'm doing is right. Don't try and stop me.
The drums sound pretty good also, but as I mentioned, they were drum loops originally, so you might expect that. The bass isn't quite as good. There's a lot of extra noise bleeding into it, though as I mentioned, I recorded this on an electric guitar in standard tuning through a mic'd up amplifier and then pitched it down. Bearing that in mind, it doesn't sound too bad really. The other stuff is all guitars, and it seems to have separated them out pretty well actually. Stem Splitter has worked better here than I thought it would, honestly. Some of the stems do sound a bit sketchy at points, and I think that's because Stem Splitter's AI algorithm thing is separating parts based on EQ ranges, and this track wasn't recorded or mixed particularly well. Still quite impressive though. Next, we're going all the way back to 1927 with a song called One Dime Blues by Blind Lemon Jefferson. This song is in the public domain, so it should be absolutely fine to use on YouTube.
I'm broke and I ain't got a dime. I'm broke and I ain't got a dime. I'm broke and ain't got a dime. Everybody gets it hard up sometimes.
This is a very old recording, so it'll be really interesting to see how Stem Splitter handles it. Well, there's only a vocal and guitar track in the recording itself. Here's how the vocals sound.
I'm broken, ain't got a dime. I'm broke, I ain't got a dime. I'm broke, ain't got a dime. Everybody gets it hard up sometime.
And here's how the guitar sounds. Now that is really cool. Despite the age of the recordings, Stem Splitter was still able to accurately separate the guitar from the vocals almost flawlessly. It's also really interesting that it assigned all of that hiss noise to the other track, leaving the vocals pretty much pristine.
You want your friend to be bad like Jesse James.
Coming right back up to date now with a nasty, funky trap track that has big bass and drums and a large variety of vocal samples. Here's how Stem Splitter fared. First off, it's interesting to hear what audio stuff is present in the other track. It kinda just sounds like a lot of bleed from other EQ ranges, honestly, except for here, where it seems the bass track switches from the bass stem to the other stem. If you watch the visual EQ analyzer here, the frequency range moves more towards the mid-range, which might explain why this is happening. The drums sound brilliant though. As does the bass. The vocals though do sound quite artifacty though, they definitely aren't the focal point of the track.
Hey.
Let me know your thoughts on this wee Stem Splitter experiment down in the comments and share your experiences with it as well. You know, Stem Splitter isn't the only great new feature that Apple have added in Logic Pro for iPad 2.